Welcome to Creative Weekly. I'm Dave. This is Kevin, and this is something to do with E. Hang on, that's not right. Kinda. That's an E thing you can just move all over the... Love it. That's a really nice little patch. This is the Creative Weekly. I send this out once a week, and it's the only thing I send out each week because I try and keep my communication down to a minimum and do everything in one hit, in one big go, which is why I try and do this weekly video weekly, because sometimes weekly videos aren't weekly, but to keep you guys informed. Today's topic is Junior Leadership Program. This is the roster that we have here on the city campus, and the idea is this. That our kids can get involved in serving in a lot of different areas, 5 different areas of church life, helping out with Cubby House, doing praise and worship, assistant leading, production, something else. There's a few things like that, lighting, all that kind of thing. MCing, helping out with that kind of stuff. Depending on what they love and are gifted towards, we try and direct them to do that. Now, the reason is this. 75% of pastors today have some kind of prolonged contact with church in their childhood. So we're saying pretty much grew up in church life. Now, that's not saying that you won't become a pastor if you didn't grow up in church life, but majority of pastors and leaders and key leadership do. That's the facts, right? And it's very similar to our church. If you ask around here, you'll find most pastors grew up in church, right? So what we're saying is the kids that are going to be the future pastors of our church are in our ministry right now. Fair to say?
Fair.
Right. And then what we're saying is the kids that show a propensity towards leadership and getting involved in doing things and helping are even more likely to become kids and to become kids who grow up and to be pastors and leaders in the future.
That's true.
So why I love this program and why I'm explaining it to you now is because that it's not, I don't want to say that it's highly likely that a kid doing the junior leadership program will become a pastor, but I would say that it's highly likely that the kids and the pastors of our future will have participated in a program like this in the past, right? This is why I'm passionate about getting them to do things and help out, because I'm seeing great fruit from the kids going into youth ministry, then coming back and serving in kids and helping out and serving and leading, and it's magnificent, it's wonderful. So there is a very well-defined system and a pattern for making this work in your church campus. Obviously, Hills and City have been doing this for a long time, and Southwest and Brisbane, and we're kind of kicking things off. But the bottom line is, if you're in a campus or an extension that doesn't do this, then I highly suggest you do something like it. Because kids will, potentially the kids that maybe were on the fringe and weren't really involved and a little bit yelling out and not really paying attention, could become your most valuable leaders in the area of production and lighting and stuff like that, helping out with the sound. Sometimes those kids like to do, they don't like to sit. And when they do, they connect with you as a leader, they connect with the leaders around them and the kids better because they have a purpose for being there, right? Some kids are just happy to be. But anyway, we want to direct the kids that do want to serve and help out and towards there and putting their passions in towards whatever it is that interests them. So, Kevin, tell us about, we're just doing it in the city. We've got we're talking about one of the kids or a couple of the kids that have really flourished with the junior leadership program.
Well, last weekend we had 2 kids serving in production on the Saturday PM service. One of them was a kid from All Stars age that has always been a little, like, he's a good kid, but he's a little bit of a troublemaker just because he's loud and he's excited about stuff and doesn't want to sit still. But we got him to help out on the production, and he originally was supposed to be doing producing, but right away he just wanted to be on that soundboard. So we just taught him up in that, and he was actually owning it and, covering for the regular production guy that had to, do the media. And he was running the mics while he was doing the media, and it was awesome. The kid was focused and gave him an opportunity to really help out the service and not be a distraction.
Absolutely. We want to make them feel like champions. So the reason I'm passionate about it is because most likely the kids who go through this program are more, tenfold, 20-fold, 100-fold more likely to become pastors and leaders in the church, which is why I'm passionate about it. Creative isn't the only area that they can do, obviously, but it's a huge area because we carry the biggest burden of participation. There's a lot of kids that want to do singing and all this kind of stuff. So I encourage you, even if you don't have a formal thing like this, the great thing about the city is we've got a pretty good system down. You've got a roster that goes on I don't know why I'm showing it to you. You can't really read it, but TV and media, all the different. This is beautiful. It's stunning. It's so organized. And then parents come up and we just lock them in. We put an orange sticker on them saying you're in the junior leadership program, so we can look around a room and see who's serving and leading, get them to help out more, get them to participate more. And we do training for them. That was Kevin and the team here in the city just did training. So anyway, we've probably gone longer than 3 minutes.
A little bit.
I don't know. But really want to just say that the bottom line with all this, you take the responsibility to involve these kids in ministry and get them serving, even if it's informally, get them involved in leading, because you're actually doing. This is what we're all about. At the heartbeat of this is helping kids release them into their potential and see them serve God. It's amazing. Anyway, peace in the Middle East. We'll see you next week on Creative Weekly after Keller Conference. Woo woo. There we go.